Hello, my name is Jedidiah, and I am a YouTuber. Hello, it's your boy Jedidiah, and I'm back again with another video for the Nerd Vibe. And today I'm gonna be discussing the future of the MCU as I see it. Now, obviously, next year we're going to be starting the Phase 5 of the MCU, with Phase 4 officially ending with the just ended Black Panther, which just came out a few weeks ago, and today, the 25th of November, we also have a special which just came out from the MCU. Might react to that, might not, but anyway, we'll see what happens in the next few days. So now that Phase 4 is out of the way and we've had some shocking revelations, and I'm going to do a video which is going to be talking about everything we've done so far in the MCU and reviewing all the movies and all the TV shows. That's going to be coming out soon, or maybe not soon, but it's definitely going to be out before Phase 5. I can assure you of that. But now that we are getting ready for Phase 5 with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania on the way, I thought it would be a good time to ask ourselves, what can we expect from the MCU? You know, so far over the years, we've gotten some big reveals. In Loki season 1, we got the reveal of Kang. We also got the reveal of the Darkhold. We also got introduced to some, you got the cosmic powers that be in the form of the Watcher, Love from Love and Thunder, and we also got to see Eternity in Love and Thunder. We also got introduced to the Eternals, although we were already introduced to the Celestials in Guardians of the Galaxy. But now we meet the Eternals, and we know they've been on Earth doing nothing. Even when half the population of the universe went missing, they did nothing, but somehow that makes sense. We've also been introduced to the 10 rings, and so many things have already been introduced for us. So it makes you think, what could we possibly expect in this coming season or coming phase of the MCU? So let's begin with what we already know. We can expect that in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, we are going to see the first proper true variant of Kang the Conqueror. We already saw the variant, the one He Who Remains, but you see, that was a good Kang. I don't know if I can say it that way. That wasn't, in fact, he didn't even go by the name Kang the Conqueror. He was He Who Remains. He was a good guy, the best kind possible. But now we're gonna see the actual Kang, the conqueror, the conqueror of worlds, the conqueror of time, and we know he's been in prison. So in Phase 5, we're gonna see him start to break havoc in the MCU. Now, with the way Ant-Man and the Wasp is starting, I'm pretty sure it's it's not gonna be good. But one other thing we can expect to see in Ant-Man and the Wasp is the introduction of the Hulk villain, MODOK. Now, I know many of us are disappointed that we didn't at least get to see a hint of him in She-Hulk, even though he's the one who traditionally started the organization which they turned into some toxic Reddit. Anyway, some decisions. But anyway, he's one of the founders of Intelligentsia, and he was actually in the movie. But we know for a fact that he's going to be in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and let's just hope that we don't get disappointed again. So MODOK's going to be there. I can't wait. Another thing we can expect from Phase 5 is, this is something I'm just hoping for, but I think we're going to get more clarification on the origin of the powers of the Marvels. Now, we know that Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, got her powers by touching the Tesseract, which is the Space Stone. She got her powers by that interaction, and that's how she got the cosmic powers within her. But for Miss Monica Rambeau, so far we actually know nothing. The only thing we know is what we remember from WandaVision, and that was kind of left in the air. So I hope we'll get an explanation in the Marvels. Another thing I hope we get is an explanation for Miss Marvel's powers, because the thing that she's a mutant, that doesn't sit right with me, because that's just so problematic. It's so problematic. Okay, I don't want to talk about why I have a problem with Miss Marvel being a mutant, especially in the way it was done in the show in this video, but let's just say it doesn't make sense and they need to fix that. Please fix that, Marvel. You're supposed to be better than DC. You're supposed to have good storylines which make sense to the head. They should make sense to the head. Anyway, another thing, speaking of mutants, another thing we should expect in phase 5, at least before phase 6 anyway, is a proper introduction of proper mutants, the X-Men mutants with the X gene coming to us in phase 5. Now we might be getting them in phase 6, but I think that would be too late. Now with the products that have been announced, I don't know where exactly they might come, but anyways, Marvel, they can do anything. I'm just saying, I think especially with New World Order, which leaves things hanging in the dark, I think we can get that. There are a couple of other projects where we can fit them in, so yeah, I think it's time for us to have a proper introduction of MCU mutants. Of course, we have had Namor, and I think Namor was, and I think the way they introduced Namor was the way they were supposed to do the mutants in the MCU, so I'm happy with that. But it's time for us to see Professor Charles Xavier, Wolverine, all the famous X-Men finally coming to the MCU, and I hope we get to see the Inhumans coming to the mix, because we've already seen Black Bolt in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, who is the Inhuman King. So I'm just saying that to me it would make sense that we actually, that because if he doesn't exist in our universe, then how does he exist in that other universe? Come, there's a Captain Marvel in that universe. If there's no Captain Marvel in our universe, if there's a Captain Marvel in our universe and there's a Captain Marvel in that other universe, there's a Doctor Strange in that other universe and there's a Doctor Strange in our universe, then how does how does Dr. Charles Xavier exist in that universe if it doesn't exist in ours? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So I really hope they do something about that. Yeah. So another thing we should be expecting in phase 5, hopefully I'm probably going to make this a 2-part video. So but another thing we should be expecting in phase 5 of the MCU is, well, our first time seeing Sam Wilson as Captain America and having a good proper fight. I know the last episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier probably should have was that, but as in our first proper cinematic view to it, and as some of you might know, maybe some of you might not know, but the villain in that movie is going to be the leader with some help from Dr. Murdoch. That's only a theory, but it might be wrong. Now if you don't know who the leader is, if you remember in the Incredible Hulk from 2008, there was that doctor. He used to go by the moniker Dr. Blue, but his actual name was Dr. Stern. Now what happened is that he actually, as the Abomination, Emil Blonsky was trying to turn into the Abomination, and he was growing. He actually hit a valve, and that valve cut him, and some of Bruce's blood entered his brain and he started growing. You remember that guy? That's the leader. So actually there have been some comics which have been released, which explain what happened to the leader. After that, I haven't had the chance to see them yet, but those comics do exist. But it would be good to see that storyline tied up. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Now, in that same movie, I think we may get to see the Red Hulk. If not the Red Hulk, we might get to see Red She-Hulk anyway. But there might be a Red Hulk, or a Hulk which is red in color, in the next movie. And I think if we don't, it's probably because the actor who was playing General Thunderbolt Ross died, which is so sad. But either he's going to get recast, or we're going to have Betty turning to Red She-Hulk. Either way, I just want to see a Red Hulk. So hopefully we'll get another Hulk in the coming movies. Now, at this juncture, before I forget, one thing we should definitely be expecting is our first MCU canon introduction to the Kree Skrull War and how it affects the planet Earth. Now, we've already seen the canon aspect of it in Miss Marvel, but that happened in the 1980s, how the Skrulls came to Earth by following none other than Carol Danvers. And if you do by chance follow or you have watched the popular series Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you would know some of those mentions and how canonically the Inhumans were created as to be weapons by the Kree to fight the Skrulls. So now with Secret Invasion, we're going to be getting more aspects of that. Now, for me, again, what I really want to see is how, especially in Secret Invasion, how they tie up Miss Marvel's comic book origin with this MCU mutant stuff, because they really have to fix that. I don't know, maybe it's just me who is bugging it, but I feel it's like disrespect, especially to the creator of the comic book storyline. You change her origin story like that, and I just did not sit right with me. So Kevin Feige, get that fixed. So at this juncture, this is where I end part 1, because there are a lot of things which we should be expecting, but I think I've covered a lot now. This video is getting too long, so I'll see you in part 2 of what we should be expecting in the MCU phase 5, and I'll be doing another video, probably, hopefully, maybe not, reviewing the phase 4 movies and TV series, and I'm also going to be ranking the phase 3 movies of the MCU, so I haven't forgotten about that. But thank you if you stuck with me for this long. Thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy my content, and please subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, it's been your boy Jedediah for the Nerd Vibe, and I'll see you next time on the next video. We out.